It is week 1 of high school football season, and we are kicking off the season in style. We got News 8 Sports Director Matt Rendazzo, Corey Kuffler live at Bettendorf High School for the Score on the Road. Hey, guys.
Hey, David. Yeah, an exciting week 1 of the high school football season. It's always exciting when it's week 1, and then you throw on top of that one of the best rivalries in our area and the entire state of Iowa. It's Bettendorf and PV here at Tubell Stadium. We're joined now by the athletic director here at Bettendorf High School, Zach Shea, and we kind of talked about it when you walked up. This is a big game. It's usually week 7 or week 4. To have this as the opener, it just makes opening week even bigger than it already is.
Well, it's going to be dynamite. It's going to be a heavyweight fight. You got PV a mile or two away. Rivalry game, week 1. The AD right here, I better have my A game because we're going to have about 6,000 people in the stands. So it's going to be exciting, and I know a lot of people are pumped up and they're ready for the game tonight.
Yeah, a good test for you, but also a good test for both teams. Kind of talk a little bit about Bettendorf's side. Obviously, they want to turn things around from where they were last year, and to come out of the gates with a test like this, you got to like it as a head coach, and you're a former head coach.
Yeah, I think the first game, it comes down to who can make the least amount of mistakes. Not turning the ball over, not having missed tackles, not having a multitude of penalties. I think for Bettendorf, our backfield is returning. Charlie Zimmerman is our quarterback. He's in year 2. That always helps to help fuel your offense. We have a home run hitter in Wrigley Mathis, who's a 4-4 kid all day, every day. So we're excited about our backfield. I know PV, they're going to have a new quarterback, some new guys in their backfield. So, we're going to see how that plays out. Obviously, they have the big man up front with defensive line, Joey Van Wetzinga. We got to try and find a way to control him. I don't know if you can do that, but, maybe double team or run away from him. But it's going to be an exciting matchup.
You look at this program, such great history. Last year was the first time that the Bulldogs didn't make the postseason, 30-some years, I can't remember what it was. But what has this offseason been like around this place, around this building? I know you're not the head coach, but as the athletic director, what has it been like? Because knowing those guys that do lead the program, that doesn't sit very well, I'm sure.
Right. Coach Wiley and I, we had our postseason interviews to go over what we need to do to improve and get back to the playoffs, because that's the expectation here at Bettendorf High School, is to go into the playoffs and make it to the Dome. That's every year, that's our expectation. So I think this offseason there's been a chip on our shoulder. Our kids have been in the weight room and out here in summer conditioning, really working to reach that goal, and you can't really do it until you get off to a fast start. So tonight's game is going to be critical, trying to make the playoffs and make a deep run into the playoffs. Sure.
Not that you needed it this week, but Mother Nature kind of throwing a little curveball at everybody with the heat. How'd Bettendorf kind of handle everything that was going on as far as practices and being on the turf? Because it is hotter when you play on the turf.
Yeah, mitigating that was definitely a challenge. Obviously, across the state, Illinois, they did some things different than Iowa. Monday, Tuesday, we practiced just like we normally would, and I think as a football coach, sometimes you have to attack it from the standpoint, everybody's doing it, right? I mean, they're doing it in Texas, they're doing it in Arizona, they're doing it in Florida. It's hot everywhere. So you don't want your kids to necessarily think about it, but as coaches, ADs, trainers, we have to be able to manipulate the situation so we're not putting them in danger. On Wednesday, we did kind of half and half. We were half in our gym so we could wear our shoulder pads and helmets, shells, and then we came outside once it got cooler. So we were able to practice in our pads on Wednesday, and then yesterday, Thursday, is kind of a clean and polished day for us. So that was quick. We got them in and out. Everybody stayed hydrated, and we were able to get a good week of practice in.
Take me through this week and maybe today for you. You mentioned 6,000 people at this place. This isn't your normal opener where you just get things rolling and then kind of go from there. What's it like for you? Obviously, it's probably not great to have to come talk to a couple knuckleheads like us in the middle of the day, but it's a busy day for you guys getting prepared for this stuff off the field.
Well, first of all, it's a big-time game when you guys show up. So it's like, man, it's already here. The Score, WQAD, they're in the house. Actually, I just came from an admin meeting, talking about security, we have a new ticketing, some online ticketing that we're going to try and implement today. I don't know if today's the greatest day to do it, but we're going to
Sink
try.
or swim,
Yeah.
sink or swim.
So just trying to make sure that, you know, the band, you know, they understand their timelines they have to meet, the gold dusters, the cheerleaders, just all the outside activities that take place besides the football game. And then once the football game gets started, it's pretty status quo, and you kind of just lock in, and you're just watching the Bulldogs compete at that point.
Yeah, well, we enjoy being here. We
Well, it's always
appreciate
a
you
pleasure.
as always. Zach
Always a
Shea,
pleasure.
athletic director here at Bettendorf High School. We're just getting warmed up, though. Obviously, more with weather later on here from Tuvell Stadium, but also we'll preview the rest of the area when it comes to high school football week 1, and also kind of introduce you a little more to our guest griller. Of course, guest grillers, one thing we added last year, and excited to do that once again this year. So a lot more to get to here on News 8 at 11, but for now, David, will throw it back to you in that cool, air-conditioned studio that you're enjoying as we speak.
I am very much enjoying it. Thank you.